This week, it's been a struggle getting back into my routine. It's Wednesday, and I am just now setting up this week in my A5 6-ring planner. So hard getting back into my routine. And then also, I am just posting my vlog from last week today as well. So I was busy working on that for the last 2 days. But yeah, it's been a minute since I've shared a detailed weekly setup in my planner, so let's do that now. The inserts I'm using are the Rosie Weekly Hourly Dated inserts. I've been using these all year long. I don't know what I'm going to do next year. I don't know if I'll continue using these or move on to something else. Chances are I'll probably move on to something else because I want to try different stuff for you all. As for now, I am still obsessed. The stickers I'm using this month are the cloth and paper dot stickers in color Avant-Garde. I love how simple this month's setup is. And then I'm also using these really old self-care stickers. It's a matte black with gold lettering. This month, I haven't used them as much as I would have liked, but when I do, it's really nice. I really like the look of it. I think the last stationery supply I'm using are these page flags, specifically the grid page flag at the bottom. I'm just using that to highlight when I'm posting a video. I'll actually do that now since I have it open. So I'm posting episode 26 today. And then I'm still planning on posting this week's vlog on Sunday the 20th. So yeah, in terms of the plan for this week, it's actually a pretty eventful week. I've got play dates, story time. I even have a show to go to on Saturday. What the heck? Absolutely insane. Both my husband and I are going together with a group of friends, and I think it's going to be such a fun time. It's kind of crazy, Disneyland last week for a girls trip, a show on Saturday, all of just the travel plans lately, the activities. I just feel like now, after 2 years of having a son, I feel like my life is feeling pretty normal. It's feeling like the way it felt pre-baby. I am setting up my planner on Wednesday. Monday, Tuesday, I am going to list out the things that I just did versus leaving it blank. But yeah. I'm going to set up this week and call it a day.
last week I was reading Normal People by Sally Rooney. I finished it last week when I said I would. I can't say that I absolutely loved it, but after reading it, I have an appreciation for the whole book. I do think that Sally Rooney is a very talented writer. I'm actually really excited to start another book by her, maybe Conversations with Friends. I think that came out before Normal People. I feel like if you're going to read this book, you need to walk in like I did. Didn't even know what the story was about. Had no idea. Going in blindly is probably the way to go. Don't even watch the TV show first. I think reading the book first is a great experience, and then watching the show, which I did in fact start after I finished the book. I'm about 3 episodes in, but the show really complements the book. Get that very often with books turned into movies or series. But yes, enjoyed the book. I am currently reading Yellowface by R.F. Kuang. This is the first book that I've ever read by this author, and I am thoroughly enjoying this book. My friend described this book as unhinged, and I think that's the perfect way to describe this book. The book is about without giving too much away, the book is about a white young author steals an Asian author's piece of work and claims it as her own. And so the book touches on really hot topics like cultural appropriation, but there's also there's a humor behind it. But I am really enjoying this book. It is very, very entertaining. I'm actually reading Babel by R.F. Kuang in November. I'm also listening to a book called Wrong Place, Wrong Time by, I think her name's Gillian McAllister. Really interesting story. We voted for this book at book club for our October read, and I'm enjoying this. It is Groundhog Day, Sherlock Holmes vibes. The story is about a mom who witnesses her teenage son commit a crime. This is where it's a little different than Groundhog Day, but instead of waking up that day, the day of the crime, and reliving that same day over and over again, she's actually waking up a day further in the past. So after the crime is committed, she wakes up the day before the crime. When she goes to sleep, she wakes up 2 days before the crime, and so forth. This book is taking me back to middle school, because in middle school I loved reading thrillers and mysteries. That is where my love for reading first started. So that's what this book is giving. I am really enjoying it. I probably would have never picked up this book on my own, so I'm really glad that we voted for this one for book club. Next week, I'm starting the book The Berry Pickers by Amanda Peters. I was hoping to buy that, but sadly, that book is just a hardcover, and I'm sick and tired of buying hardcover books. I love reading a paperback. So I think the paperback comes out at the end of this month, so I may or may not buy it. So I'm just going to borrow the book from the library. Those are my reading goals for October. For November, as I said earlier, I am starting Babel by R.F. Kuang. That book is over 500 pages. I think that's why I'm not adding another book to my October goals, because I kind of want to start that early. I'll probably read one other book in November, but I'm gonna try to keep it to 2, because just reflecting on what I went through with The Goldfinch, that book was also over 500 pages long. I think I wanna pace myself and give myself time. That is the plan for November. I have really liked setting up these monthly reading goals. I've taken it a step further. Instead of just saying, oh, I wanna read 3 or 4 books this month, I have gotten really specific with the books that I want to read and in what order I want to read them. And, you know, sometimes I'm like, oh yeah, I want to start and finish The Berry Pickers next week, but I may not finish it until the first week into November. And I'm okay with that. Because yeah, I'm not gonna hit those, like sometimes life just gets in the way and I just don't have time to read, or my mind is not really into it. But I find, and I don't know if it's because I'm not in a reading slump, but maybe creating these specific reading goals is helping me stay out of a reading slump. That's what I'm thinking. I'm not entirely sure if that's true or if it's working, because when I reflect on like normal people, I could have easily fallen into a reading slump with that book. Like as I was reading the book, I kept thinking, oh, where is the story going? Like what is happening? What is going on? Luckily that book is only 250 pages. So the more I would like give it another chance, I would think to myself, oh, well, I have like 100 pages left. That's not a lot. I might as well just finish the book. And in retrospect, I'm really glad that I ended up finishing it because I really did enjoy the book. Anywho, I forgot to mention this at the start of this vlog, but I am actually going to a book festival. Totally forgot to mention that. First and foremost, I've never been to a book festival, so I'm really excited to go. I don't think that this is like a huge book festival, like something that like New York or Los Angeles would put together. It is just a local small event, but I'm just kind of excited to see what it's about. I'm hungry. I want to get something to eat, coffee, and then tonight I'm heading to a show. I'm gonna watch a show. My mom's coming over, babysitting the kids, and I'm heading out to a show. So, anywho, that is the plan for the rest of the day.